Hello, let's learn about the RHYTTAC Team, Youth Collaboratory Services, and our approach to providing training and technical assistance. So as you see this chart, you'll see that we have a structure in place to support all different regions. And this chart reflects different regions and the point of contact. So we have a point of contact for each region, and they all provide assistance for TA requests and capacity building plans. You can connect with any of these folks at any time. So always feel free to reach out for any of your assistance, questions, resources that you might need. Even though you have a point of contact for each region, our intention is to make sure your needs are met with somebody who holds those expertise. So what that means is that you may get to work with any of the folks who are listed on here. Next slide. And now let's do official introductions of the team. We're so excited to be in this space with you all. I'm going to start with introducing myself quickly, and then we'll have the team share a little bit about themselves. And I also want to name that some of our team members were not able to be in attendance today, but they're still available to support your TA needs. And before we begin introductions, let's add a fun question to get to know each other. The question is, what's your favorite way to unwind after a busy week? And we would love to see some engagement in the chat. So please respond in the chat and share your secrets with us on how you like to unwind. So again, my name is Harpreet Gill. I am based out of San Antonio, Texas. I am the Associate Director of RHYTTAC. I have been working in the field of youth and young adult services for 12 years. And throughout this journey, I've had the privilege of providing direct support to young people and serving in various leadership roles across multiple funding streams that are focused on addressing the needs of youth and young adults. And now let's talk about my fun question. So, my favorite way to unwind after a busy week is to immerse myself in nature. So I find peace in the simplicity of nature, whether that means I am by water, I'm surrounded by trees, or relaxing by a fire pit. Being outdoor helps me feel grounded, helps me slow down and truly reset. So that's how I unwind. And now let's hear from my colleague, Kendall.
Thank you, Harpreet. Hi, I'm Kendall. I'm a training and capacity building manager for Youth Housing Justice at Youth Collaboratory. With over 13 years of experience in housing justice and systems change, I specialize in outreach, rural communities, and supporting youth impacted by systems and human trafficking. I hold BAs in sociology and history and currently live in Columbus, Ohio. An Appalachian by heritage and by heart, I have a fierce commitment to my people and my region, even when physically distant, and I bring that grounding to my national work supporting grantees across the country. And my favorite way to unwind after a long week or a long day is by going thrift shopping or finding a good estate sale. And I'll hand it over to Martine.
Thank you, Kendall. My name is Martine Solange-Jones, and I'm based out of Los Angeles, California. I'm a training and capacity building manager for the Youth Housing Justice Focus Area at Youth Collaboratory. I center my work and lived expertise with a deep commitment to support youth impacted by housing instability, advancing trauma-informed care, and developing sustainable leadership structures for youth. And my favorite way to unwind is to take a nap. I'm an avid follower of the nap ministry. I'm going to be passing it along to my colleague, Haley.
Thanks, Martine. Hey, everybody, I'm Haley Franzen, and I'm living in Iowa City, Iowa. I come to RHYTTAC TA with experience leading SOP and TOP and consulting with BCPs in mixed rural and urban communities. I also have experience as a federal grant reviewer and FISBE site visit peer monitor. After a busy week, you can find me hiking or walking or on a walking trail at a local nature preserve, soaking in the elements and grounding into natural spaces around me. I'm going to pass it over to Chandra.
Chandra Steininger. I have lived in Phoenix, Arizona since 2020, but started my career in youth housing justice back in West Michigan. That's where I supervised a BCP and an SOP program, and then co-founded and led the only youth drop-in center in the region before seeing that through a strategic merger. Now I get to support grantees all over the country. My favorite way to unwind after a busy week is probably to go to hot yoga or spend quality time with one of my favorite people. And I'll turn it over to my colleague, Regina.
Thank you, Chandra. Hello, everyone. It's so good to be on the Brady Bunch screen with you all today. My name is Regina, and I am based in the Mitten State, close to the Thumb area, which is by the lakeshore, better known as Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I've worked directly in RHYTTAC-funded programs, specifically BCP and SOP, and with youth and young adults in a variety of capacities across the nonprofit sector for over 15 years. My previous role before coming to RHYTTAC included developing a low-barrier youth emergency shelter with a continuum of supportive services for 18 to 24-year-old young males, as well as a smaller space separate from that for young ladies in that same age range. And my favorite way to unwind after a busy week is, well, to be honest, it depends on the way that the week has gone, but I usually start consulting with my taste buds early, about midweek, and collectively, because yes, it takes a village, we come up with a plan for which snacks, sweet and savory dishes, and also dessert, because that's important, that we plan to indulge in while binge watching one of our favorite series that just has my attention at the time. So that's how I plan to unwind and love to unwind. And hopefully that resonates with some of y'all, because I know we all like to binge watch a good series out there. I will pass it to my colleague, John, next.
Thanks, Regina. Hi, everyone. My name is John McGaugh. I'm a TA consultant with RHYTTAC, and I'm based in New England, specifically in the Boston area. I'm a point of contact along with other colleagues at RHYTTAC for a number of areas in the country. And I've provided TA with RHYTTAC for over 8 years now in different forms. I also used to direct RHYMIS training and technical assistance nationally. And I have a background in systems change and TA for about 25 years. My favorite way to unwind after a busy week is to crack open a cold can of grapefruit flavored Spindrift on a warm day, sit on the porch and play my guitar and sing Beatles and Springsteen songs as loud as I can. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Harpreet.
Thank you, John, and thank you, everybody, for taking the time to introduce yourself. And now I will pass it to my colleague, Haley.
Thanks, Harpreet. We can go to the next slide. A little bit about who we are at Youth Collaboratory. RHYTTAC is operated by Youth Collaboratory, a nonprofit organization that harnesses the power of youth services community to innovate, evaluate, and drive effective strategies that assure the safety and well-being of youth and young adults, unlocking their limitless potential. Our focus is to coordinate community responses to youth and young adult experiences of homelessness, preventing and addressing relationship violence, sexual exploitation, and the trafficking of youth, and supporting opportunities for young people to build community with family, peers, and others to enhance their assets, explore their strengths, and develop lasting connections. Next slide. The TTA experience. Youth Collaboratory has been providing training and technical assistance for 30 years across many federal agencies within our 3 focus areas of youth housing justice, trafficking prevention, and mentoring. Next slide. In our approach to TTA, we utilize an evidence-based approach to capacity building that is grounded in relationships. For those of you who have worked with us, you've already experienced that our TTA efforts incorporate the elements listed here. Our training and technical assistance is relevant. We deliver information that directly responds to the most important sticking points that programs and leaders are grappling with. Multifaceted. We use a mixture of approaches such as webinars, discussions, and resources to allow people to engage. Our approaches have been adapted for the virtual environment, and we are thrilled to be back in person with you all so soon. Social. Tap into networks to provide community building opportunities for stakeholders to contribute, not just passively receive information. Thank you for getting to know more about RHYTTAC.